Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Jump and FirstAndLast here on Desert Oasis. Jump is spawning as the red Terran player over here on the north side of the map. Meanwhile, we have FirstAndLast spawning over here on the south side of the map as the blue Protoss player. Now, a couple people have asked me why I in fact have a kitchen timer sitting next to me. Well, and why I don't just go ahead and record throughout the whole entire time and just let that go on. Well, the reason behind that is it allows me to encode my videos much more quickly without having to reprocess them into 10-minute segments. That's actually one of the ways why I'm able to upload around 6 to 10 videos a day, as I only have to encode them once. Now, at the start, we already have FirstAndLast coming in with a very early probe before the probe is already out scouting and now going to drop a pylon over here. So this is going to be some sort of proxy gateway against Jump. Jump now getting that supply depot into position. Perhaps he could have built a pylon over here, dropped a gateway into here, and then started harassing Jump. But that's a pretty interesting strategy. I got to give out props to Wand for the guy who first used that strategy against me. FirstAndLast now dropping a single gateway and now going to be moving out with the probe. Economy-wise, Jump is a little bit ahead of FirstAndLast by 12 to 10 harvesters, but there's not going to be that much. Also, I'm experimenting with my with my affinity right now, so hopefully this game doesn't lag too badly. There's going to be some initial lagging in the beginning, as it always happens, and then it should hopefully clear out. So Jump, and now FirstAndLast with that single probe trying to fight back, moving a little bit away. That probe doing some very nice micro, trying to regenerate those shields, and now going to be coming back. We do in fact have gas already coming in, and that delay on that on that barracks is going to make some effect right now. More SCVs coming off that line, so additional SCVs coming off that line. We'll see how that's really going to affect the economy. FirstAndLast is not regenerating any shields yet, and now going to try to move out, and unable to move out. So that probe still running back around, still having 13 hit points, able to regenerate those shields fairly quickly. Gateway now using that zealot chart or that chrono ability in order to try to mass produce those zealots. Now we have a low hit point SCV. SCV could get focused down by that single probe. Coming back over here, we have already an upgrade to an orbital command. Taking a look at this, when that Jump comes in and sees that there is in fact no gateways in FirstAndLast's base, that's going to be a really devastating push. That Marine now trying to run back away, trying to take down some of those units. Marine now trying to chase down that probe. That's a little bit of a mistake, as that Marine should really be trying to focus down this Zealot. Zealot now going to be trying to take down this Marine. We'll see how this really works out. That poor Marine down to 13 hit points. Down goes that one Marine. An additional Marine now going to get focused down over here as more Zealots now coming in. Now the supply depot now trying to be finished off. That Marine trying to run back in, and now SCVs coming off the line to try to really fight this back. Very nicely done by Jump. Jump trapping that Zealot in that backhand side, but now we also have an additional Zealot sitting over here. Zealot trying to take down this one supply depot. Marine on the Zealot on the other hand, very low on hit points, and you have an SCV. Is he going to repair? No, he's not going to repair. Dropping down another supply depot. So Jump doing a great job trying to push back over here, and those two Marines able to push back this attack. Very nicely done. Losing that SCV, however. Coming back over here, we finally have a cybernetics core being built at FirstAndLast's base. On that main hand side, using that chrono boost on that nexus. More Zealots now trying to be warped in as well. Only a single gateway coming back over here. SCV trying to do a little bit more scouting. A probe now coming back as well. That one probe not getting any kills, but dealing a lot of harassment. But take a look at this. We now have a proxy factory coming in from Jump. So Jump using this proxy factory, most likely going to be using it to get Hellions. Probably going to drop down a reactor core, and then using that reactor core, double produce Hellions and try to start torching FirstAndLast. We'll see if he's going to go ahead and try to get that warp gate ability. Not getting the warp gate ability, instead going for robotics facility. It's going to make a big difference whether or not he tries to go for Immortal first or tries to go for Observer first. Once again, we have those Zealots now trying to take down this one supply depot. Supply depot down to 94, 53 hit points is going to get taken down as those Zealots are able to now run in. SCV trying to repair that. Those Marines kiting that one Zealot, trying to just pull him back a little bit away, and that Marine accidentally focusing down on that SCV for a little while. Jump doing a good job just trying to focus it down, but that one Zealot still in play on that backhand side. More Marines going to be coming into position, but Jump now getting a factory over here, not producing Hellions yet, so he'll have to wait until he has that time in order to come back over. Now trying to take down this single barracks. Taking a look at another over here. Zealots now still being produced, And taking a look, no, oh, not Hellions finally being produced. So 2 Hellions being produced before that reactor core comes down. Marine now just trying to run away. Marauder able to start kiting that one Marine and able to kite that Marine back. Poor Zealot now trying to run back away as well. So 2 Marines and this 1 Hellion, or this 1 Marauder will be able to hold off this position. Now, secondary Hellion finally being produced. Hellion taking, what, 30 to build. So a reactor core probably would have been a better or safer bet, as a reactor core, what, takes 25 to build. So it would have been faster to build a reactor and then 2 Hellions, as opposed to queuing up 2 straight Hellions. Taking a look, SCV now trying to come in for that fight. And now we have an Immortal. Immortal now coming into position. Going to try to take down that SCV. Going to be easily able to take down that SCV. We'll see if this Immortal stays on this high ground or actually moves out. No, going to stay on that high ground, so that Immortal going to be looking pretty safe at this stage in the game. More Hellions now trying to be produced. Hellions with that 8 damage plus 6 versus light, so only really effective against those Zealots and those probes. Proxy Gateway still in that position, has not moved out an army yet in order to really try to counter it. Now a starport being built. Starport most likely going to be used for a medevac. Medevac going to go ahead and try to transport those Marines and those Marauders into position. Charge now being upgraded at that Twilight Council, and a secondary Immortal now being produced, so very nicely done. 2 Immortals. That poor SCV is going to see better days. Down it goes, being flanked by 2 Immortals right there, so now getting taken down. But those Hellions were able to, in fact, focus down and take down a single Zealot. Factory now being floated off away once again. That Zealot, that Factory realizing that he cannot stay in that position. So those Hellions just trying to come back around, not going to be able to really toast anything. Taking a look at this, are we in fact building a medevac? Yeah, so a medevac now being built. So what, a single medevac, and it takes 42 time to build. Could have built a reactor and then built another medevac as well. Taking a look back over here, Zealot still being produced, and now a warp gate being warped in, or not warped in, upgraded. Double gateways, and now produced over here. Factory now being moved out over here, and now an observer now moving out. Observer now moving out. The Zelnaga Watchtowers activating that temporarily, and now in comes this medevac. Medevac gonna come in and perhaps pick up those Hellions. Observer should have seen this, and now quickly gonna go ahead and see that it is in fact being picked up. Immortal is gonna be running back over, realizing that those Hellions are gonna be trying to come down and trying to drop on that mineral line, but instead the medevac instead coming back over here trying to heal up some of these units. And that observer does not want to go any further. A secondary starport now or secondary medevac now being produced, and once again those Hellions now moving out. Those Hellions perhaps going to try to take down this, what he expects to be a proxy gateway over here, and he quickly finds it. So going to go ahead and try to take down this pylon. If he can take down that pylon, then no additional units can be warped in under that pylon power, and that warp gate will no longer be able to produce any units as well. So pylon is just going to be a matter of time before it is taking down observers, and now Immortals and Stalkers moving out. So a very sizable army from FirstAndLast. Jump does in fact have a larger army though, but those Immortals are a very, very strong counter towards those Marauders, and no ghost facility to do an EMP shockwave against those Immortals. Now, Zealots now trying to come in. Stalkers getting warped in as well. So a very, very small army able to really just push back that single attack, trying to get back onto that high ground. And those Hellions now moving out once again. 2 medevacs in the air. Hellions on the ground. Hellions trying to do a little bit of toasting against those units. Immortals going to be coming in, trying to stop what I assume to be an expansion attempt. And here comes that command center. Command center now going to be lifted off. Immortals coming into position. Hellions trying to use that Infernal Pre-Igniter to try to take down those Zealots. Marines need to stick around in order to try to take down those Immortals. Medevac still trying to heal up more of those units. And as this fight continues, Immortals now trying to pull back away, but that Immortal's going to get taken down along with another Immortal. More units being warped in as well. As those Marines continue to fight, Hellions trying to focus down even further, and it's still not working all too well. Hellions able to finish off this one particular battle. Last Zealot getting taken down, and that warp gate will in fact go down. That pylon as well, and needs to get taken down relatively quickly, as he's still able to warp in more units, but he's most likely not going to. Upgrading to an orbital command now, and down goes that pylon. So first another victory for Jump in this fight so far. Robotics facility still being produced, double gateways, 2 Immortals, and now we finally have a Dark Shrine, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade towards Dark Templars. Stay tuned for part 2 of what I expect to be a very long replay between FirstAndLast and Jump here on Desert Oasis.